Hello, America. This is Joe Arena. I'm here today to talk about Obamacare, Social Security, and of course the bias media. And hopefully we can reach people and get more support for Trump. But I want to try to make this short as possible, so we're going to get started right away. I want to talk to you about Obamacare. And I did a little research. Here's a few things, that I think are huge downfalls for the Obamacare. I really haven't seen anything good about Obamacare at all, not one thing, other than they can put on a piece of paper that a lot of people have health care, which we do, but we can't use it. Anyway, here we go. Number one, the employer mandate. Most companies will have to provide and pay for expensive government-determined health care insurance for their employees or face federal fines. Now, this takes away from businesses expanding or even raises that are so needed to stay up with the cost of living for the working people like you and me. That's why we don't see raises. That's why everything stays still. It's part of the reason. Bad economic choice there, Obama. Number two, what happened to our religious freedoms? Anti-conscience mandate. Now, this religious organizations will be required to provide free sterilization, contraceptives, and abortions, including drugs, to their employees, even if it violates their religious beliefs. When did we lose our freedom of religious beliefs? Something else that's just gone with the wind, and that nobody realizes the freedoms that we have are slowly dissipating. And one huge one is the NRA that has fought for so long and hopefully will stay by our side and keep fighting, for our Second Amendment. If Hillary gets in there, I'm telling you, it's gone. Third thing I'd like to point out, higher taxes. The laws that contain at least 20 new taxes totaling $500 billion that have hit medical innovators, health insurance, and even the sale of your home. Huge impact, people. Huge impact. Number four, the Independent Payment Advisor Board, which is abbreviated IPAB, which hold the rationing power over Medicaid. I wonder how many lobbyists are on that board. See how corrupt it is? And five, Medicare payment cuts of $575 billion. You realize how much money that is? $575 billion in payment reductions to Medicare providers and Medicare Advantage plans have caused more and more physicians to stop seeing medical patients. They can't do it because they can't afford it. Number six, higher healthcare cost. The price of a family coverage is outrageous and unlawful. We can't even use our Obamacare because our deductions are so high. Isn't that crazy? We can't even use it. Unless you got $4,000 or $5,000 sitting in the bank, you can't go to the emergency room. Because anything that it charges there is all the way up to $4,000 or $5,000 comes out of your pocket. And there are many of us that don't have that. Okay, I want to also talk about Social Security. I've had a few people wanting to know about what was his stance on, Mr. Trump's stance on Social Security. Well, his own words, you can do a little research and find out any of this that I'm talking about. It's just research away. Now, he quotes, "I will work with Congress to pass and implement comprehensive tax reform. If we are able to sustain growth rates in GDP that we had as a result of the Kennedy and Reagan tax reforms, we will be able to secure Social Security for the future. As our demography changes, a prudent administration would begin to examine what changes might be necessary for the future generations. Our goal is to keep the promises made to the American people through our Social Security program. He clearly states, yes, he's going to take care of the Social Security program. The key to preserving Social Security is to have an economy that is robust and growing. You can't say it any better. And finally, I would like to address the bias media and polls. Now, we need to let Donald Trump know that each one of us know that the DNC, Hillary Clinton, in charge, has the entire race rigged, leaning her way. It has been said that the polls are calling 10% or more Democrats than Republicans. Speculation? You decide. We all have seen how Hillary and the DNC rigged the election against Bernie Sanders, and how the media is sided with only Hillary. We can speak as one. If only 25% of the Trump supporters actually banned CNN, MSNBC, ABC, etc., they no longer would exist, leaving a huge footprint in history that the American people spoke. So become a part of the movement. Ban the biased media. Let's all be heard. Oh, and also, let's show the Hillary campaign that the little guy has more of a voice than the big hedge funders that are funding her. All we got to do is donate $10, whatever you can, before the month's up. Let's make the total for August double Hillary's. Yeah, please donate today. Just go to DonaldTrump.com. Send in a donation, support him, and remember, no more biased media. Let's shut them down. Let's make America great again. November 8th, Trump, Pence. Thank you.